Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing okay. I myself am doing great. I am rested and refreshed and ready to return to our Might and Magic 6 completionist run. Yeah, last time when I was recording last episode, I was a bit tired, and no doubt that tiredness contributed to the mistake I made, which caused the recording to not happen. And then, of course, I had to re-record it, which sapped my energy even more. But you know what? These things happen. We got through it. And we made some progress, or rather, I was retracing my steps and showing you the progress that I had failed to capture on video. But just to recap, last episode, I started out by looting all the Titan corpses in Hermit's Isle. The reason was mainly I was looking for some good items that we could use. We're still missing a few rings of magic, which I'm sure we'll find eventually. We also would like a few more, items of the gods, maybe one or two more of those. Items of the sky are always nice, and of course, the stuff I've been talking about for dozens of videos now, which we never seem to find, at least not on the right items, is weapons of the dragon. And so those are still on our list. After that, looting in Hermit's Isle, which, by the way, the only thing we found that I kept was this Cloak of the Sky. After that looting, we went to Freehaven, into the sewers, and in the sewers we tracked down the Prince of Thieves and returned him to Anthony Stone, completing one of our council quests. And then we went to Castle Ironfist and returned the shield of Lord Kilburn that we'd been holding onto for a long time, or we gave it to Wilbur Humphrey. And that, in fact, completed our final council quest. So we have done 6 out of 6. And because these were done over a period of a few episodes, and, we might not remember exactly what they were, let's just refresh our memory about what exactly we did. Now, I'm gonna go, I guess, let's go bottom to top. We ended winter. Now, we did this for Von Stromgard in the Frozen Highlands. Technically, we didn't do anything. All we did was we talked to the hermit. He did all the work, but you know what? We claimed credit for it. We pretended like we did it, and you know what? That's what matters in the end, because we will go down in the history of Enroth as the people who ended winter. See, it's right there on our permanent record. We fixed the stable prices. We did this for Lady Loretta Fleece. This was actually the first council quest we did because it comes with a reputation penalty. So at that time, I wanted to get all the penalties out of the way, or as many of the penalties out of the way, in one fell swoop. And we did this as part of my quest to my own separate objective to get to notorious reputation. And indeed, for Lady Loretta Fleece, we did engage in a most not very honorable undertaking of getting all the transportation companies, at least the land transportation companies, to agree to fix their prices, in a move that I really don't think is going to be to the benefit of the everyday users of those services, which is no doubt why our reputation suffered after that. Although we got it back, the people love us again, but for a while they didn't like us so much. We captured the Prince of Thieves, which I just mentioned. We found him hiding under the bed in a secret room in the Freehaven sewers. and we just grabbed him and took him all the way back to Anthony Stone, who placed him under arrest. We destroyed the Devil's Post. We did this for Ostrich Temper in Freehaven. He asked us to infiltrate one of the advance outposts for the Devils and see what we could find. Indeed, we killed a unique enemy called the Devil of Ba, and on that enemy, they don't leave corpses, but after we killed him, this item materialized. I don't think we have it anymore because Ostrich Temper took it, showing some diagrams illustrating some military plans that those fiends were about to put into effect. So hopefully with that in our possession, our forces can start to gain some, at least short-term, military advantages. We found the Hourglass of Time. We did this for Albert Newton in Mist, and what we had to do, he initially directed us to the Silverhelm outpost. We didn't find the Hourglass there, but in there we found a key, the key to Garrick's laboratory, and I think we also found a letter. I'm gonna see if we still have it. I'm sure we do, right? Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. Because I think we found this letter in the forge itself. Okay, maybe we didn't find a letter. Maybe I'm misremembering, but we found a key, and the key was to Garrick's laboratory, and that was our clue that maybe the next stage of the quest would be found in Garrick's forge, in Garrick's laboratory, and indeed we found the Hourglass of Time in there, brought it back to Albert Newton, and completed this quest. We also retrieved Lord Kilburn's shield. Unfortunately, the fact that we found the shield in a chest just to the north of Blackshire, the fact that we found it meant that Lord Kilburn had died. But, you know, we brought the shield back to Wilbur Humphrey, and no doubt he will ensure that Lord Kilburn is properly honored for his services. So we completed 6 out of 6 quests. We are ready. Well, we're ready to do a couple of things. We've been ready to train for a while, but now we're finally ready to go to the council. And I think the council technically should be open 24/7, but you know, this is a momentous occasion. We've done all these annoying preliminary quests. Let's rest at the inn. Let's even have another celebratory drink. Everyone gets around. Nobody got drunk. It seems like these three enjoyed their drink a lot more than Roderick, but that's okay. We're just gonna rent a room and rest. It's now 6 a.m. and before we train, you know what? We don't need to cast our buffs right now. We'll do that later on. Let's just, let's just go on over to Freehaven. And for a change, let's walk, you know. Because it is a different feeling. Flying around makes everything seem so small. Everything's below you. You can't really even notice the people on the ground. Walking makes you feel like you're really in this city. You're really on these streets, you know, the trees around you, the houses. So we're gonna walk over to the council. And they are gonna give us access to the oracle. Now, I mean, you would think that they would just give us access to the Oracle regardless, right? I mean, we are trying to save the world here, but you know what? In typical government bureaucracy fashion, they're like, wait, you gotta wait your turn, you gotta do these things, you gotta fill out these forms, and only then are we gonna let you in. Finally, we did all this stuff, so let's see what this Oracle is all about. And we should have 6 thumbs up, because we've done 6 quests. But hang on. This guy is still giving us a thumbs down. That's odd. That's very odd. As long as I am a member of this council, you will not be permitted to visit the Oracle. I am not convinced of your sincerity. Will not grant your request. What? Is that a bug? Have we... I mean, we've definitely completed the quest. That is very odd indeed. You know what? Before we panic, let's go back to Castle Ironfist. You'll remember that Mr. Silvertongue there was the council member representing Kilburn. He might be technically representing Nikolai Ironfist, but Kilburn is the regent who is in charge. So let's go talk to him. Maybe it's all just a misunderstanding. Let's see what we can do about this. Alright, I'm gonna save outside again.
Halt! Who goes there?
Master Nikolai Ironfist, Prince and heir to the throne of Enroth.
So let's talk to Wilbur Humphrey. Aha. So it is something unusual. We can talk to him about Silvertongue's refusal. Slicker Silvertongue refused my orders? This must be treason. But according to Humphrey, Silvertongue has never disobeyed an order before. Perhaps he's suffering from delusions. He's been spending so much time investigating that Ba cult. Huh. And he found one of the cloaks of Ba in his room. Now, we're being told that perhaps Silvertongue is being manipulated or controlled or just influenced in some way, and that maybe we can find a cure for him in the Temple of Ba in Kriegspire. I think that was the superior Temple of Ba that we previously couldn't get inside. But now, with this Cloak of Ba, perhaps we can. Perhaps we can. And you know what? Let's do this before we do our training. And we'll do our training at the end of the episode. I feel like it would be a bit of a bit... Well, or should I do the training right now? You know what, I'll do the training at the end of the episode. And we'll get some other chores done at the end as well. It would feel odd to put something this urgent aside and be like, nah, we're just gonna go back to grinding and well, not grinding, but like repetitive gameplay stuff. I think when we're given a task like this, we should take it a bit seriously. We're gonna do this, and then after we're done, we'll do our training and our other things. Okay, you have the last thing to cast, which is Day of the Gods. And let's... Everyone... Yeah, sure, everyone can drink from these fountains. Why not? Not that, not that 10 points in speed and accuracy are gonna make
May we be of service?
probably even any difference, but why not?
Live long and prosper.
Eventually, I would have to drink from all the fountains anyway, just to get them added to our list. So we've checked these ones off. So we do have our beacon in Creekspire, right? Yeah, it's still there. Although we do have to refresh our beacons pretty soon. Let's remind ourselves where the Temple of Ba was. It's indeed to the northeast of the town, to the east of Castle Creekspire, as Wilbur Humphrey told us. So let's just go in and see what happens. Once again, I'm gonna save outside. And let's see what happens if we just try to go in normally. I guess we can just enter. I want to do something. See, if we didn't have this cloak in our possession, we would not be allowed to enter. But with this cloak, we can actually go in. And you don't even need to be wearing it. In my earlier playthroughs, I would always have one of my characters wear it. But it seems that...
Perhaps this place isn't the right place for us.
It seems that all you need is to have it in your inventory. And already there are enemies. I don't really care too much about them yet. I'm gonna make sure everything is set. And because this is technically a quest item, I'll keep it in Roderick's inventory. Let's do it like oh boy, like this. Okay, come on, like that. Sure, that's fine for now. And carry on saving. These guys are... I mean, they're not even... So the way these doors work is, if you don't have, I believe, at least expert protection, they won't open and they will do a small amount of damage to whichever party member tried to open them. But we have Alexis with, I believe, Master Perception. Yeah, she and Roderick are master in all of their skills. Okay, these guys again. Warlocks. So here's another dungeon where we can find this enemy type in case we need to farm them for bounties.
Oops.
Fortunately, turn-based mode is still fine. But these podiums, I believe, are part of a puzzle, which we'll see what we can do about. I don't remember off the top of my head how it worked. Expert perception is the key, and the doors of Ba will let you be. The spiral, then each head. Talk to Ba or you'll be dead. Is there a podium in this room? Probably not. Let's open this door. Checking our spells. Of course, we've only just cast our buffs, so haste is going to be active for a while. Oh, these guys. Oh my god. This is awful because one of their special abilities is that they will drain mana. And if that happens, I'm probably just going to reload my game. These guys, I can kill all day. A lot of them are dying in single hits. That's how over-leveled we are for that enemy type. A secret door. That again required perception. This is a large dungeon, so this is going to take a while. Oh boy. We've attracted every enemy in this dungeon, it seems, because there are enemies below us as well. Fortunately, nothing that can fly, so for now they're just standing there, and this is annoying enough that I'm gonna cast a beacon. I don't need the sewer beacon anymore. Rather than go through the whole rigmarole of curing insanity and then curing weakness, let's just go here and for a little more than 100 gold, fix everyone up immediately. And let's go back, and we're good to go. And that also reset all the enemies to their position. Now, what can we do with this large group of enemies? Powerful spell Moonray heals your characters and damages all monsters in sight. It only works outdoors. Ugh. What about Prismatic Light? 25 plus 1 on all creatures in sight only works indoors. So what if we... How do we get all of them in sight? Is there a way to do that? Is it even worth it, being this clever? Let's cast Prismatic Light once to see how it looks. That was actually a fair amount of damage. As you can see, the damage is variable. These are the same enemy type. They started out with the same max HP, but one took a lot more damage than the other. You can see it with these as well. So sometimes enemies get lucky based on, I assume, their resistances and a bit of random chance. As long as there are no enemies that can steal our mana, I am okay with allowing this slow combat to continue. And if we ever need to get back up there, we can always jump. Well, use the jump spell. Obviously our normal jump isn't going to take us there. There are a lot of enemies just to the other side of this. Again, fortunately, none of the really annoying enemies. Alright. You can see the truckloads of damage that we do when we land proper hits. Alright, maybe this is a better group of enemies to cast Prismatic Light on. Although, I think it only works on enemies that are in range, rather than just in sight. Okay, who's doing that? Where are these hits coming from? This is a little annoying. I'm gonna... Alright. Alright. Come on. And now I've got to turn around and deal with these jokers. Maybe one day... Okay, you see, more of our arrows were not going where they needed to because of the graphical effect on these magical attacks. It's really annoying. And two of our people have now developed mental health problems. Make that 3. Alexis is still able to keep it together, but for how long? I think all the enemies that are capable of making you insane are gone, so you'll be fine for now.
Got him.
Okay, who is left? I just forgot about this guy. Hilarious. Alright, there's gold on the ground. Might as well pick it up. And I guess we can cure some insanity. And I guess after we do this, we will refresh our haste. But before we do that, we're gonna have to cure some weakness. Alright, we've also got some... Come on, what do you... Oh my god, more of these guys. Looks like they are focusing down Serena once again. This enemy type doesn't seem to like her very much. Okay. How are we gonna deal with them? They probably expect us to use the stairs, but instead, let's take the aerial route. Alright. These warlocks need to go down. Whoa, 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 we're taking a lot more damage than I am comfortable with. So let's reposition like this. We've got a bit of a shooting gallery set up.
Ha! Got him.
I think we're right now in a position where some of us, or some of the enemies, are able to target us, but we can't target them because of the mismatch between how maximum range works in this game. Again, their annoying spell effects are occasionally causing us to not hit our intended targets. Alright, I think I'll kill a few more, and then we'll return to New Sarpagal for a heal. Who are you targeting is what I want to know, because it seems like every shot you're firing towards somebody different, which is not
Yes, we got
an
him.
effective way to... Not an effective way to fight groups of enemies. Alright. I do want to kill the... I said I do want to kill the warlock. Maybe one day we could target the guy that I want to hit. Okay, more people have shown up on this side. And... sure, this time we'll take the stairs. Last time we jumped, and this time we're gonna surprise them by actually going this way. Although you do have to jump across that little gap, I think. Alright, I'm gonna cast a dragon breath. I don't know who this is gonna go towards. A single acolyte of Ba. Wow, I didn't even see that guy. That is the biggest waste of a spell that I have ever had the misfortune of casting.
Yes.
We're gonna do some area of effect.
Ha! Got him.
And that was good. Although, again, I think it might have only hit a single target. You can cast some Prismatic Light. You can heal us some more. That was another good Dragon's Breath. You can cast another Prismatic Light, although maybe nobody was in range this time. Maybe there are enemies that are... Yeah, there's an enemy that's trying to run. Hopefully we can chase him or her down. Oh god. I couldn't even manually shoot because of all the spell effects. That was a little bit irritating, but we got through. And you know what, let's even go around this bend here. Let's cast our power now. Because I don't think Insanity will disqualify people from having the buff active. It's only weakness. And let's have you reset your beacon. Let's go back to New Sarpagal and heal, although this may not even be necessary because
Can we assist you?
I don't think there is any other group of enemies
Be with you.
that big and that open an area. But still, it's nice to be at full health. Alright. Again, we can see, based on there being items on the ground, that there are possibly secret doors or possibly something that we can get through by normal exploration. Although in this case, doesn't... Well, it says door, but when you click on it, it says nothing there. So it might be one of those things that you've got to open from the other side, or maybe there's a switch that opens it. In any event, let's go back and see what progress we might be able to make going some other way. Let's go up this ramp, look to the left, and see if perhaps we can... Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? I think we may need to loot enemies. Because I think there are 2 keys that we need, and those keys are on the bodies of enemies. Okay, yeah, my memory is slowly returning. My memory of how this dungeon works. So if we...
Got it.
Huh, a lot of gongs. Okay. We'll give these to the guy in Freehaven who buys them, but it's really not going to be that much gold, but you know what, we'll do it. Anything in the fireplace doesn't look like it. So if we click on this without the keys, I guess the first time you do it, it'll spawn monsters. Subsequent times, it'll just tell you that you can't open the chest because it's locked.
Oh!
What? Excuse me? Maybe with this?
Oh!
Or maybe you need to do it from the other side? Because I don't know why that door shouldn't be opening, because Alexis has master perception, and indeed that secret door opened from the other side. Let's go this way. Alright. We're gonna be looting all the enemies in here, because I don't know if the enemies with the keys are specifically marked as such. Alright, what's this? Ba head 3. There's a... Okay, you're still alive. let's just kill you first. Grand Druids. These ones didn't have anything. Ba had 1, 2, 4, 3, and an altar that doesn't seem to do anything right now. I'll come back to it at the end. Come on.
Got him.
Come on. Okay, where is the last guy? Okay. Let's loot this guy. Okay, yeah, no. I may have to look up after I've cleared a sufficient portion of this dungeon where exactly the keys are, because if they're just on the bodies of random enemies, I don't want to then have to backtrack and just be looting enemies for half an hour. That would be a bit too tedious. I think the enemies that have the keys should be the top tier versions, right? Spell scroll is not what we need. Gold is not what we need either. These beds don't seem to have anything useful. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. What's in this door?
Got him.
Alright. Again, I'm gonna be looting the Grand Druids and I guess the Warlocks. Alright. Okay, okay. You can stop that any second now. Alright. Let's fix up our crazy people. Now we're gonna have to cure weakness. Alright. Okay, this guy gave us the key. So I guess what we're on the lookout for is solitary priests of Ba in rooms that otherwise are full of other enemies. I may have missed the first one. So if I don't find the second one from just normal looking around, then I will go back, or I will look at a walkthrough. Or I'll just look up at a map of this place and see where the major collections of enemies are. This door is opening like it should. This door is, I guess, just permanently like this. Whatever, I'll worry about that later. Who's in this room? We have an Acolyte of Ba. Surely he wouldn't have the key, and indeed it looks like he didn't. Alright. Yeah, sure, we'll take this stuff. Gongs are appreciated. Sure, and you know what? Zoltan can start holding on to
Very nice.
the other stuff. Alright. What remains to be done? Mostly stuff in the north and the west. So let's turn around and go this way. Okay, this looks like it could be a long... Well, I mean, it is a long room, but it looks like it could be a room with a lot of enemies. So let's be adequately prepared before we jump in. Indeed, we step in. And as long as it's only this enemy type, we'll be totally fine. But of course, it's not only this enemy type. It's those guys as well. And this group is annoying enough that I'm going to use Dragon's Breath. That was a very good use of that spell, if I do say so myself. Against these guys, I think
Okay.
Fireball should be fine. Try to get our AoE attacks off when we can. These two normally have AoE on their bow as well. They fire 2 explosive arrows. But I think with their skill in... I was gonna say, I think with their skill in fire magic, fireballs should do more damage. But again, sometimes something that should do this much damage actually ends up doing a lot less. That's just how combat works in this game. I really hope the priest that we have to loot isn't in this room. A crown.
I don't know.
I mean, sure. Who needs luck? I mean... yeah, Serena that does. I'm not gonna spend too much time worrying about, you know, one stat boost at a time. Who needed might? I guess Alexis can have 2 more might.
I don't know.
Aha!
Alright. Alright. And you can have yet another point in might. And even more might. And you needed luck. Who needs endurance? I guess you can take endurance and accuracy. Who has the lowest? You do. That's surprising. I guess it's the combination of all the items that you guys are carrying.
I don't know.
Alright, more might for you. Speed. Who has the lowest? You do. Intellect is going to you. And another empty barrel. Alright, let's refresh our buffs and let us continue on. And where are we going now? I guess we're going this way. Alright. What do we find in here? Obviously, very obviously, some sort of room in here. Possibly a secret room, or possibly something for which we'll see a door. And maybe it's not a secret. Alright. Again, a room with multiple enemy types and also priests of Ba. So I'm gonna loot the... Excuse me, what? Oh, they're falling into a hole in the middle. I was like, where are these guys disappearing to? But I guess they've got a little hidey hole in the center of the room. And I guess we can just jump in and say hi. Okay, yep, that was bound to happen eventually. You lost all of your mana, and you know what? I guess I'll set a beacon here. And now I have to wait for you to recover because you don't even have enough spell points. You're slowly getting them back, but before you regenerate 20 spell points, of course Alexis is going to be able to recover from casting Lloyd's Beacon, and we're going to go back.
Can we assist you?
And I guess we'll heal everyone.
Luck be with you.
And let us go back. Oh, I guess there's a trap. Does walking here trigger it, or does it just fire automatically? I said I would loot Priests of Ba. Are there any others? None that I can see. No, sorry. I was saying I'll even loot that warlock because there was only one of them in the room. Alright. Oh, I remember this hallway. It'll just spawn these sparks, traps, oh, and just a whole volley of fireballs, which didn't do a lot of damage. I think our resistances helped us out. We're just gonna tank all these hits. What is the upshot? I know you might see red dots that look like they might be enemies, but it's just because the traps are so concentrated. There's so many of them that it looks like they're enemies. But you'll see they'll vanish. Now, yeah, they're all gone, and we have done a loop. And we're still going. We've taken enough damage that I am actually gonna heal. That is hilarious to me. This is something that is gonna bug me because I don't know if there's a way to get this part of the map explored. This thing. And I think I remember being annoyed by this in my earlier playthroughs as well. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put this video on pause and I'm gonna look up a map on the walkthrough and I'm gonna see what it looks like. Actually, there's no point. I'll leave the video off pause and I'll just get my phone because it'll only take a second. What I am trying to see is whether the walkthroughs map shows that part of the wall as fully explored or whether it too has this gap, because if it indeed also has a gap, then I'll just leave it. But if it does show it as fully explored, then that'll mean that there's somehow a way to yeah, the walkthrough shows the wall as fully mapped out. Okay. This is gonna annoy me, but I'm gonna, between episodes, see if there's something I can do to deal with it. For now, I'm just gonna go about my business normally. And I think we've come to another secret door. Indeed we have. Let's zoom out and let's take a look at where that led us. From here, we made a loop, and then we came here. Okay. Okay. And here's another large room with a bunch of annoying enemies. I really want to take out this warlock. Oh, there are two of them. I guess I should be using more powerful spells. I was wondering that why that guy wasn't going down. It's because there were two of them. We were splitting our damage.
Got him.
Again, I will be looting Priests of Ba, although I don't know if any of these ones will have the key. One of them did have the key. I was like, it's only in rooms where there's only one priest, right? But no, I'm glad I did check those guys because we did find the other key. And let's fix you up. Let's see what's inside these chests. More gongs.
Aha! Ho!
Nothing else interesting, just some stuff to sell. Another gong. Alright. We still have... Well, when we walk in this part of the room, we have a yellow danger indicator, no doubt due to enemies in this section. So let's pay them a visit. Let's drop in and say hi. And... Aha! I knew it. I knew something would materialize if we walked around enough. And we found the secret door.
Aha! Very nice.
Another wand. I guess you can pick this up.
Aha!
Killer club. I'm still... that reminded me, like, I'm still in awe that we found this. And it was just lying on the ground in Garrick's forge. A club with one of the best damage enchantments in the game. Yellow liquid, blue liquid. Yellow leather, blue leather. So who needed accuracy? Alexis, alright. And personality... Yeah, let's start giving it to Roderick. It doesn't really matter, though. We find some food. Sure, seems fine. Let's just carry on. And go to what is hopefully the last area. Once again, I'm gonna save. Aha, see, we did some carnage damage. And I don't think we need to be looting enemies anymore. I think 2 keys is all that we need. Unless it's a triple locked chest, which... I mean... Who would be that paranoid about locking a chest? I mean... Maybe they have good reason to be paranoid since we just came and already got 2 keys, so a 3rd key would have been more secure. But if you look at it another way, the reason we have these 2 keys is because we came in and killed everyone in the entire temple. These might be the last 2 enemies. So if you're gonna lose your entire, like, everyone on your payroll and just your entire army is gonna die, maybe it didn't matter whether the chest had 1 lock or 2 locks or 5, 6, or 7. Because it was gonna be broken into regardless. Alright. You needed luck? You can have the intellect. You're still looking for accuracy. You were doing personality now. And you can have some more might. And some more intellect. And who needed endurance? I guess you can have some endurance as well. And I've already forgotten where the room was that had the chest. Was it this one? No, this is the room that had those two chests. Might have been one of these ones. I'm gonna check those. Yeah, when I looked up the walkthrough map, I was just single-mindedly focused on that one part of the wall. And this door is either glitched or deliberately there as a troll door, just to steal your health every time you try to open it. So, where did I say I was going? I said I was going to these rooms. I guess going around this way is one way to get there. Oh no, it was this room, wasn't it? Yeah. So, we have 2 keys.
Uh-oh.
It triggered a trap. Hilarious. What if we give the 2 keys to Alexis?
Got it.
That opened it. Okay, what do we find inside? Some gold, a gong, and a letter from Xenofex. What does this letter say? It's addressed to Silvertongue. And apparently Xenofex has noticed us. You know, I'm honored. A small group of would-be heroes is trying to put an end to our little plan. That would imply that Silvertongue is in on it. And apparently he knows more about this plan than even we do, because he says something about a guardian. That if the guardian awakens, it would spell the end for their plan. And for that reason, he wanted Silvertongue to not let us go to the Oracle. So, the Oracle is connected to something called the Guardian. That is interesting. This is the quest item that we need to bring back to Wilbur Humphrey. But before we do that, we're not quite done. Now I am gonna go back and I'm gonna look at the map because I have forgotten where these rooms are. So let me zoom out. So okay. Okay. Well, let's go back to the room that had the podium in it. If we can... Oh, there are enemies that we haven't killed? Where are they?
Not here.
They're close by as well.
Quickly, we must move.
Huh. Well, before we do anything, let's go to the room that had the podium in it. That was this room. Right? Yeah. Let's read from the podium again. It says, expert perception, sure. The spiral, then each head. Talk to Ba, or you'll be dead. Now, what is the spiral? Well, if we look at the map, is there something in here that looks like a spiral? Indeed, it's this loop that we went through. So, it also says, touch each head. Now, those heads were in that room, which had things on the wall marked as Ba Head 1, Ba Head 2, and so on. So... I think... Okay, I don't know the order in which we need to do this, so actually gonna I'm gonna set a beacon here. It's a kind of a central area, and I'm gonna go back to this. Okay, maybe there are enemies off. No, there aren't. I'm gonna have to find those enemies. I'm gonna have to do a lot of things. So, I think in here, and we've got it. Oh, we're. Okay, so who needs magic resistance? I guess we'll just go one by one. Sorry, I'm getting a bit distracted, but I did remember that we hadn't taken these cauldrons, and we'll do the ones on this side. Walking in here will cause you to take some damage because it is a lava pool, but fortunately it's not constant damage. So I'll just cycle through, and a trivial amount of magic resistance. And I came here because here is the almighty head of Ba. If we talk to it, it says you're not worthy because we haven't done the thing. So let's recall our beacon. And where was the room that had the 4 heads? I have completely forgotten. So it was okay, it was in the southwest, or I'll point it out on the map. It's this room. Now, how do we get there? What's the best way? I guess let's go this way and down. I think that's gonna get us going at least towards it. Gonna go around, and I think we just have to hit them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're gonna be enemies somewhere in there that are. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and we get some interesting 4 acknowledgement remarks at the bottom. Maybe now this altar is gonna do something. Doesn't seem like that altar does anything. Actually, you know what? The map has let me know that there's a switch in here. Or there's a switch that this is a secret door, and there's a switch that opens it. Does the map tell me where the switch is? No, that's not a switch. I'm reading something entirely different. I accidentally read something from the part about Castle Kriegspire, although I don't even consider it a spoiler because by the time I am ready to do Castle Kriegspire, I'm sure I'll have completely forgotten. In fact, I didn't even know where in the map they were telling me to go for that switch. So now we go through this spiral, and maybe if we're lucky, on the way through, we will map out this part of the wall. Maybe, 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 or maybe not. All right, let's now cast some cures. I'm gonna try one last thing before I give up on trying to map the wall. Is maybe getting close to it from this side will cause it to show up. Maybe doesn't look like it. Huh. I'll leave it for now, but that is gonna annoy me enough that I will, between episodes, see if there's anything I can do. Let's renew haste, mainly just because I don't want it to expire and everybody to suddenly become weak. I'm hoping this is gonna be enough to satisfy this little sub-quest. So we need to go through the spiral. Has this done it, or are we gonna have to go the other way just in case the game's being weird and it expects us to go the other direction? I'm gonna set my beacon there. And now I'm gonna put this video on pause and we're gonna go back to the almighty head of Ba, and I will be back once we're standing in front of it. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Taking the video off pause because we are approaching the head of Ba. Just to be on the safe side, I actually went back all the way through that tunnel again. So I went through it both ways. And let's see what happens now. Hopefully this is enough. So you get 50,000 experience, but you don't. So it's per character, and that has dropped our reputation by a massive amount. It was saintly. It has gone down to honorable. I believe the exact penalty is around, it's around 900 something. So almost enough to completely wipe out a saintly reputation. And the reward you get is 50,000 experience, which is a decent amount, but not huge by this point of the game. But more than that, you get, I believe, an entry somewhere in your quest list, maybe. Oh, maybe not? Well, let's see. Let's go through it. You might also not... You might also not... You might not get anything for it, beyond just the experience. But, you know, this is a completionist run, so we were obligated to do it. What I'm gonna do now is... I'm gonna see if I can find out where these last enemies are. So I'm gonna put this video on pause while I hunt them down. Alright, so I'll see you in a bit, alright? I'll see you shortly. Taking things off pause just because I noticed this thing on top of this desk that says Ba Head 2, but it doesn't seem to do anything. I don't know if That's just something mislabeled. So
We can't rest here.
there are enemies nearby. We don't know where they are. We're gonna use the Inferno trick to see if
Not here.
maybe... Not Inferno. Ring of Fire. To see if we can figure out where these guys are.
Not here. We can't rest
So
here.
let's try and triangulate their location.
Not here. We can't rest here.
Okay.
Not here. We can't rest here.
So
Not here. We can't rest here.
they're on this side. Okay.
Not here. We can't. Not here. We can't
It's
rest here.
towards this side. Was it literally just a door that we didn't open? Then why was it marked out on the map? Oh, I'm so upset. I'm so upset with myself for spending so much of my mental energy worrying about... Whoa, that is trippy. Yeah, I'm so upset with myself for not realizing that there was just a door that we didn't open. And let's just take all this food. It'll be comfort food as a reward for us. A bucket. Sure, you can just eat that. And a whole bunch of barrels. There are so many that I'm gonna put this video on pause while I give these one stat bonus, one stat at a time to the characters who need it. So I'll see you once this is done, right? I'll see you in a bit. Alright. Gotten all of those stat bonuses out of the way. I guess they add up over time. And what I'm gonna do now... Yep, that troll door is still being a troll. I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna walk around in this, and I'm gonna do this off screen because I'm pretty sure this area is clear, but I'm just gonna walk around a bit and confirm that it's clear. And I'll be back with you once I can tell you with confidence that we've killed everything. So I will see you in a bit. Alright, back at the entrance. I didn't go to literally every single room again. I just went through enough of the dungeon so that if there was an enemy anywhere, it would have registered as a yellow, or it would have registered by making this light go from green to yellow, and there wasn't any. Man, I'm still annoyed that it was like you saw it, right? I'm not entirely to blame. This room was fully mapped out before we opened the door, and that's what was throwing me off, thinking that there was some weird secret room situation with enemies in it. But anyway, that's all there is to this dungeon. So let's go directly back to Castle Ironfist. And oh, we don't have fly active. I need to remember because that's how much time has passed. An entire day, in fact, and because the whole day went by while I was off screen, everyone consumed one unit of food and then became weak. So I just cured them of that quickly. Let's begin our descent and let's
Oh, who goes there?
go inside.
Let the
Master Nikolai Iron Fist, Prince and heir to the throne of Enroth.
Okay, let's talk to Wilbur Humphrey about Silvertongue's cure, quote unquote. And finally, it has dawned on Wilbur Humphrey that Slicker Silvertongue is indeed a traitor. Who would have guessed it? I mean, other than the fact that his name is very ominous. I mean, who names a child Slicker? Maybe that's a nickname, or not a real name, but even if that's a nickname, who trusts someone who goes by the name Slicker and just is okay with it. I mean, Steven Silvertongue could have been like Sam Silvertongue, but no, this guy was Slicker, and apparently Wilbur Humphrey thought fit to trust him to be a council member. So, what Humphrey has done is, well, he's told us to take this letter to the High Council and expose this traitor. So, we are gonna do just that. I was thinking about saving it for the next episode, but let's just completely, or, you know, let's bring some closure to this little quest arc by going into the High Council. Where have I gone? I've gone completely the wrong direction, but we are gonna fly to speed things up. And I'm gonna save outside. I'm gonna go inside and brace yourself, because something shocking is about to happen. We talk to Silvertongue.
Do not believe you've won. Soon the Iron Fist will lose its grip and I will be your king. And you can be sure I won't forget you.
That was the shocking thing. We have voice acting. Not only voice acting, but an animation, like a full motion thing as well. Like, I'm pretty sure that was a real person who they filmed doing that. The cool thing is, his animation started out with him in the thumbs down position. Like, that was amazing. I have no idea how it's gonna look in the recording. It might look really janky. I mean, it looked janky in-game too, but the first time I saw it as a kid, I didn't really have any complaints about the video quality. I was like, wow, that is amazing. But yes, now we can enter the Oracle, but we're not going to be doing it in this video. In fact, I think this has gone long enough that it's time to bring this video to a close. Let's just recap what we did. We started out by going into the High Council, having completed... let me bring up the screen. Having completed all 6 of the council quests, thinking that we would get access to the Oracle, but no, Silvertongue refused. So we went and talked to Wilbur Humphrey. He said that we should search for a cure for Silvertongue, and indeed was too dumb to realize there was a traitor in his midst, and we had to prove that Silvertongue was a bad dude, which we did with... I guess the letter has disappeared from our inventory, but there was a letter from Xenofex which was directed to Silvertongue, and you know the rest. It literally just happened. So that's what we did. In the next episode, we are gonna finally do that training that I was talking about, because we have gained a ton of experience. We are gonna gain our levels, and maybe do some extra little things, and then we'll go and see what the Oracle is all about, and make some more progress on the main quest. Alright, so that's gonna be the plan. I hope you're on board with that, and I hope you indeed enjoyed this episode where we made some major story progress, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode. So until then, take care.